Good day, everyone. Today, let's tackle how the Philippines helped save the Jews refugees during the rise of Nazi Germany in the 1940s. The Philippines played a unique and compassionate role in saving Jewish refugees during the rise of Nazi Germany, offering sanctuary to those fleeing persecution. This little-known chapter of history showcases the country's humanitarian efforts under President Manuel L. Quezon and its enduring legacy of kindness. The role of the Philippines in saving Jewish refugees during the Holocaust is a compelling story of moral courage, humanitarianism, and leadership, driven by the collective efforts of Filipino leaders, American diplomats, Jewish advocates, and the Filipino people. In 1937, President Manuel L. Quezon, in cooperation with the Jewish Refugee Committee in Manila and with support from influential figures like the American High Commissioner Paul Manut, decided to offer refuge to European Jews fleeing the Holocaust. The Philippine government issued over 1,300 visas to Jewish families between 1937 and 1941, allowing them to escape Nazi persecution. The President of the Philippine Commonwealth was instrumental in opening the country's doors to Jewish refugees. Despite being a small, developing nation with its challenges, Quezon demonstrated a deep moral conviction to provide sanctuary to those persecuted by the Nazi regime. Quezon believed in the principles of compassion and justice. His statement, "The Philippines has room for humanity," reflects his resolve to assist victims of the Holocaust. Under his leadership, the Philippines issued over 1,300 visas for Jewish families, even as larger, wealthier nations refused to accept refugees due to isolationist policies and anti-Semitic sentiments. Quezon, together with Paul Manut, the U.S. High Commissioner to the Philippines, played a pivotal role in implementing the refugee plan. Manut used his diplomatic influence to coordinate with U.S. immigration authorities and ease restrictions for Jewish refugees entering the Philippines. He facilitated the issuance of necessary documents and coordinated with the Jewish Refugee Committee of Manila to bring refugees safely to the country. The Frieda brothers, Jewish-American cigar manufacturers based in Manila, worked with Quezon and Manut to help settle refugees in the Philippines. They collaborated with Jewish organizations and funded efforts to bring Jewish families to safety. They worked with President Quezon and Manut to fund the resettlement of Jewish families. Their factory in Manila became a hub for providing employment to refugees, helping them integrate into Filipino society. Quezon personally offered part of his family estate in Marikina near Manila to house some of the refugees temporarily. He was vocal about his moral conviction to help, despite political and logistical challenges. The Filipino people's openness and acceptance were crucial to the success of this humanitarian endeavor. Refugees were welcomed into Filipino society, allowing them to establish businesses, schools, and cultural institutions. Unlike in many parts of the world at the time, Jewish refugees faced minimal discrimination and were able to live with dignity. The effort faced significant obstacles, yet persevered due to the determination of its leaders. The Philippines acted at a time when many nations, including the United States, had restrictive immigration policies. This made the Philippine Initiative stand out as a rare act of kindness. The program was cut short by the Japanese invasion of the Philippines during World War II, which imposed harsh conditions on both Filipinos and Jewish refugees. The Philippines' actions during this time left an enduring legacy. In 2009, a tree was planted at the Righteous Among the Nations Grove in Jerusalem in honor of the Philippines' efforts. The Philippine-Israel Friendship Memorial in Tel Aviv stands as a testament to this shared history. The story serves as an inspiring example of how even small nations can make a profound difference in the face of global crises. The Philippines' decision to save Jewish refugees during the Holocaust was an extraordinary act of compassion and leadership. The Philippines provided a beacon of hope, affirming its place in history as a champion of human dignity and moral courage.
Other countries perhaps did not think it that important. I don't presume to say. But I know that Dad had the moral courage to do it because he believed in the sanctity of human life and the right of people to live life as they believe they should.
They were in a position where they could talk to the right people. Number two, they saw what was happening, and they knew that somebody had to do something. So they did.
They felt, because they were one of the 50 American Jewish families there, that that was the role everybody had to play if you're lucky enough to be in the Philippines.
Paul McNutt put his political career in jeopardy, demanding visas from a recalcitrant State Department.
In terms of helping Jews, he understood very well intolerance in American life and intolerance in American politics.
You know, he is a Catholic and McNutt is a Protestant, and the Frieders as Jews come together, make it even more rich and interesting and incredible that it happened.
We went to the Philippines because it was the only place that gave us a visa.
We were the last train out of Berlin. They closed the border.
We were able to go to the Philippines and escape that.
At that time, we were really free.
Father applied to the Philippines, but didn't know at all where it was, what it was. All he knew was it was somewhere in the Pacific. An island discovered, or set of islands, 7,000 islands discovered by Magellan. It's under the Spanish crown. Spanish was the national language, so naturally we immediately started studying Spanish.
When we got to the Philippines and we're staying in the boarding house where there are all sorts of different people, Filipinos, mestizos, Caucasians, etc. To me, there was never any distinction. To me, they were all people. And to this day, I feel that way.
And I was very impressed because we rode up Dewey Boulevard into Pasay, and it's a lovely beach, lovely beaches, beautiful banana trees.
One of the things we did fairly often was go to the movies, and there were half a dozen good movie theaters in the Philippines: the Lyric, the Ideal, the Gaiety Theater.
The games that we played was mostly Sipa. Sipa is it's a round metal thing with strips of paper, I believe, and you kick it with your leg. When you saw how the doors were basically closed to all of us except the Philippines, and how the Filipino people are a very warm people. They're a very friendly people.